It gives me great pleasure to introduce the charming Ambassador Against AIDS to Africa, businesses spanning oil constructions software, the exponent of Kalari to the rest of the world from Kerala, Professor of Alternate Medicine, the charming Dr. Penni Kangas.
Thank you very much. It's nice to be here with you.
Dr. Penni, please tell us about your business and your expansion plans.
We work all over the world, as you know, and we work with governments. We are very much heavily interested in drilling, oil drilling. We are in construction. We have building projects for China. We do import-export of all products we manufacture, novelty items. We are very much in the software industry. And just on and on and on, Rajmohan.
Please let us know some of your expansion plans in business.
I would like very much to see India. I work with China, and everyone thinks that China is the one that's going to be the now country, but I would like to see India. And I feel that India is the now country because working with the Chinese, they're wonderful people, but there is a difference in the mentality between the Chinese mentality and the Western mentality. For example, here in India, one is welcomed by people who speak English in most parts of India. And there's a spirituality here. There is an understanding on another level. Whereas in China, they're very nice, very polite, but their history starts from the last 50 years. And so there is not a spiritual kind of on another level understanding, and of course they don't speak English, so you have to have a lot of interpreters. We all think that China has the most populated country in the world. However, I think that India unofficially has more Indians than China has Chinese. And I think that if India were to concentrate on the infrastructure as the Chinese have, they've invited companies from all over the world to do their infrastructure, and it's really great. I think India would really shoot up and be much better than China.
Can you elaborate a little more on your business expansion plans like oil and software?
Yes, we are very much, we have 250,000 acres of oil, as you would say, petrol. And we have 12 wells, and we are drilling our first well. It is in South America, and it is right next door to Venezuela. And the experts project that it will be the second largest find in the world, next to Venezuela, which is the best. And that we are very, very much involved with that. I would like to, since we're India, and since India is my heart, I would like to see us doing a lot of things in India. We have projects that we want to do. We want to import things from India, and we want to manufacture here in India. We were very much in the textile business and t-shirts and things like that, and I'd like to expand that over here. We have offices in various parts of the world, in Paris and in London, and of course I live in Miami. From time to time I'm there. I spend more time in Kerala than I do in America. But I live in Miami, and it's just like Kerala. It's the tip of the United States, and of course here we are at the tip of India. I feel at home here in many, many ways.
It's great that I'm seeing you in Kerala, I think the 7th time, continuous, and that the fact that you spend more than 2 months here. Tell us why Kerala compared to any other part of the world.
Well, you know, I've learned from your holy text that everything is great everywhere in the world. But of course you have preferences. And Kerala has a lot of educated people. We all know that. You have coconuts, you have bananas, you have the sea. So people are not as unfortunate as in other parts of India. I find Keralites are really super sharp people. I have yet to meet a stupid or dumb Keralite. And you are all over the place. I go to Bahrain, it's full of Keralites. I go to Dubai, it's full of Keralites. I go back to America, lots of Keralites. And you have in Kerala, Rajmohan, you have an incredible history, because most of the things that we enjoy around the world, I think, came from Kerala. For example, Ayurveda, which I've studied, and as a professor of alternative medicine, I believe in alternative medicine. And with all of our new technology, which we have now, we are in these subatomic centers where we split atoms. We can see that the body is space. It's not what we thought before. And this is what the Vedas and the Upanishads have been telling us. Aham Brahmasmi, I am the universe, I am the world. So in Kerala, all of this came about. You were the ones who brought out the martial arts. And in the 5th century, one of your monks took it out to China, and it became Japan. It became karate and jiu-jitsu and so on and so forth. And the healing that the colliery experts were doing, with the marma points, with healing, with touching the energy points, that became acupuncture in China. And then in America it became acupressure. So on, and all of these wonderful tantrics that I see around here. And you know that you and I, apart from being in business, are always searching for the spiritual aspect in life. And I don't know how many people know, but this is a great businessman, you know him, but also a very spiritual human being.
Do you find Kerala a place that you can get back into spiritualism?
I find Kerala a place where one can get back into everything. Medical, emotional, spiritual. Emotional, it's so pretty here. It's palm trees, coconut trees, the sea, the blue skies. What could be better for the soul than that? As I said, the intelligence of the people here, and the spirituality as well. I can talk to Christians, and I can speak with Muslims, and each one will be far ahead of the Christians or the Muslims elsewhere, because they have been brought up with the Hindu philosophy. So they're even more well-rounded than the rest of the world. So, I mean, you have so many basic things that a person can work with here in Kerala, that for me it's a pleasure to be able to do something here.
You had Rabindranath Tagore's songs being...
Yes, he was kind enough to ask little me to introduce certain chapters of this wonderful CD that he was making. And he's a perfectionist, which is why he's so great, part of why he's so great. And of course, we have a hard time with the Indian pronunciation of Indian names. And he was so specific, and he was so strong that there was no choice. You had to say it exactly the way he said it. But he was very patient with me, and I think we did okay, I hope, anyway.
Good. Are there any specific interests in Kerala that you would like to talk about?
I would like to start with Kerala and go throughout all of India. India, you know, we're in this business world, as you said, and India has a great commodity that I don't know if you're really aware of what you have. Outside of India, people are. And they're making a lot of money with this commodity, and that is spirituality. We are now at a point in humanity where we're all hungering for the spiritual aspect of